do you prefer to watch? Long anime or short anime?
It depends on what I'm sort of aiming for. Like a lot of times you don't really want to commit to a super long series. You just want a quick fix or something. I feel
Mm.
like when you were younger and stuff, you were more okay. You're more since you had more time to like watch anime and stuff. You were more okay with sitting down every weekend. And we had Toonami and all this other stuff when we were younger, sitting down and watching it you know every weekend. But now when we're adults and we just sort of we might only have an hour or so every week to really devote to anime, unless you're a bum or something. uh you kind of gotta shorten it down to those 12, 13 episode series.
Yeah, especially since like now that we're older and we have stuff like Netflix and stuff, it's easy to just binge a 12 episode anime than sit in front of the TV every Saturday trying to wait for the newest episode of Naruto or whatever to come out.
Right. And when you're older, your attention span like is a lot shorter. Like just I remember, we grew up, on the shonen era, where you had Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, those super long syndicated animes.
Yeah.
Um but now just trying to watch like Full Metal, Brotherhood, which is only what 50, 51 episodes, me and
Hmm.
my wife are like struggling to get through the whole thing.
So the audio actually cut off mid interview with Chris, but what he was basically saying was that it was hard to get through Full Malcolm's Brotherhood with his wife because it was just so long. To them, 50 episodes was still long and difficult. But yeah, let's get back to the interview.
Yeah, but your attention span for you have short bursts of attention when you're an adult. Um, you just want to watch something, 3, 4 episodes, maybe even 11, 12 episodes in one sitting, and then you're like, okay, I'm done with anime for the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm like, for example, I watched you ever heard of the anime Radiant?
Yeah.
So it's like a for those of you that don't know, Radiant's shonen anime that came out in like 2014 or something like that. I sat down to try to start watching Radiant and Fairy Tail, and I was like, got episode like 12, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting kind of bored. I'm gonna have to come back and watch this another time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess another part of it is just when you're an anime vet, what I'm saying, like the status we're at, when
Yeah.
we've been in the trenches for a while, you start to see like the common tropes and cliches over and over and over again, and you just have less of a tolerance for it. Like you can bear with it for 12 episodes, but bearing with the exact same plot, and you're low key sitting there like, I know what's gonna happen next. You don't want to do that for 50 episodes or 100 episodes,
Or 800 like One Piece.
or yeah, 806,000 like One Piece. You just like exactly what's gonna happen. You know the order of everything. You're gonna get this, antagonist, protagonist is gonna go up, try the antagonist, lose, training montage or power friendship or talk no jutsu. All of a sudden, the protagonist is gonna win. That's like the formula for every single shonen since Dragon Ball, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't when I watch anime, even for the anime that aren't like the popular battle shonen or whatever, I still find myself sitting there like I can kind of tell what's about to happen. It's just to the point I've been in anime so long. It's like all animes are they follow the same pattern. I have to like go out of my way to find something that I haven't seen just to give me any type of sense of enjoyment. It has to be at least like 12 episodes or something
Right,
because
right.
anything longer than that, it's those tropes start to get repeated real quick. Even in some of the better shows like Naruto, Talk no Jutsu, prime example.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer having them like do a dump, like a syndication, where you get the episode every weekend for a year and 2 years, like Naruto, the older style Naruto, One Piece? Or do you prefer like the newer style where they're dropping a season, and then you wait 6 months, they drop a movie, then you wait a year, and then they drop the next season? Do you prefer that style? Does that keep you engaged more?
It does, but it doesn't. From a pure like spectator standpoint, when I watch anime, I wanted to keep going. I don't want it to stop. I get real mad. Like right now, I'm watching Dragon Ball Super, or I was, but I'm watching Dragon Ball Super and it ended, and I'm sitting here waiting for the next episode. It's been like 2 or 3 years since. It's really aggravating. But on the flip side, I enjoyed how they break it up because first of all, it gives me something to look forward to when it comes back. It also gives the animators time to have better animation and things like that. I don't like when animes feel rushed. I don't like the Naruto route where it's just like filler hell. Like it's filler, filler, filler,
Yeah,
filler, filler.
every other episode is filler.
And like then we get a flashback to the swing and it's like, okay, I know where this is going.
Yeah, when the filler the filler's so long, you have whole filler arcs like Bleach. You're like, wait a minute, what were we doing again? Where was he at? He's in the Soul Society still? No, Argentina? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the overall industry of anime's evolved to the point where they're a lot smarter now because despite how we might want to keep going, that is a more effective sales strategy because you have people wanting more. And then when you drop the next season, you know, everybody that's been waiting for a year is going to immediately hop on it. And that's why you had, like the one hit wonders, like what I consider a one hit wonder, like One Punch Man. And then you come back with the season two, and everybody immediately, nobody checks the animation quality, nobody checks that. Well, hardly anybody checks the animation studio because, right, with One Punch Man, they changed the whole animation studio, right?
Yeah.
Like it went from JC staff to something else or something.
But yeah, but see, that could also be a detriment because you have everybody waiting for so long, and then it's changing studios, and next thing you know, everybody's on Facebook and social media talking about, yeah, this new season is trash. I'm not gonna watch it because I waited all this time for it to be garbage. Like a prime example is like Attack on Titan. The first season of Attack on Titan dropped, gore, action, everything we wanted from a fresh new anime, and then season two came and it was like a year and a half between season one and two, and everybody was like, this isn't what I wanted. I didn't want story. I waited all this time just to see Aaron talk to people. That's fine.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan was 100% one of the letdowns, one of the biggest letdowns of that year. The second season. It just in comparison to the first, it would have been better if they started on the note of the second season, like on that more dull level,
Mhm.
and then boosted up to the excitement of the first season. But it was just a really big letdown. But the thing is, though, it's still gross. It's still one of the highest grossing animes of the current generation, despite the fan base falling off, really heavily, just because of the nostalgia and the hype of when it first appeared. You still got those people clinging on and that are willing to ignore, the how boring the second season is, and the pursuing seasons just off the fact that this was so dope when it came out. All my friends were going around being cringy, doing the little scout regiment, salute to each other in high school. And I already bought,
Mhm.
$400,000 worth of cosplay gear and Attack on Titan memorabilia and stuff. So yeah, I'm hooked in for life. So in the end, it kind of worked out for him, spreading it out like that.
Yeah, but Attack on Titan, I'm not saying it's one hit wonder, but that forward momentum doesn't work with everybody. Some animes they'll start strong. Like, a good example is Don Machi. The first season, Don Machi, started out with
Oh
a
yeah, yeah.
a different a different approach to the whole, like, not even isekai, but just that whole fantasy RPG
Yeah,
style anime.
definitely.
And then after the first season, it was trying to capitalize on the hype of the
Boobs.
first season. They released the Don Machi side story featuring the Wallenstein girl. Then they released Don Machi 2, and it just wasn't good. Everybody saw it, and now they don't even have a presence. Like if you look at my anime list, they're not even like one of the higher ranked anime on there.
Oh yeah, I think they're like at 6.90 or something.
Yeah.
On that sort of scale, which is still decent considering it's yet another isekai. But it did do things a lot differently. Um, on the second season, it just was sort of, it leaned too much into the kawaii. Oh shit! Oh, my house is getting broken into by JoJo stuff.
All right, I actually decided to leave that last part in with the Dio's theme playing on his ringtone, just because I thought it was pretty funny, the fact that in the middle of an anime interview, your phone rings and plays your anime theme song. So yeah, if you didn't think he was a real anime fan, There you go.
Speaking of long anime, right? Uh,
Yeah,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure uh, is an amazing example of a generationally long anime that still
yeah.
keeps its charm. Of course, that and Gintama. Um,
Oh yeah, Gintama
yeah,
definitely.
insanely long anime, but the fan base has stayed, I'd say, as consistent as you can when you have a anime running over 5-10 years.
Yeah. I was actually when I was looking up should I start One Piece or not? I came across the fact that Detective Conan, or I think it's called Case Closed,
Yeah.
is still running to this day. I remember being like 6 years old watching it on Adult Swim. Here it is, like 15 years later, still running.
Yeah, Detective Conan's I mean, sort of on that level of Dragon Ball where it's legendary status in Japan, so I don't think they'll be stopping it anytime soon. Um, but when it comes to like short versus long, the main the main factor is how long can your anime stay before it's overstayed its welcome.
Mm,
And they have to, and I feel like the studios have to weigh that, and the viewership kind of has to weigh that as well. And it also depends on the anime. There are certain animes that work best under that 50 to 60 episode mark. Some animes work best 12 to
uh,
13, and some animes work best doing the 24, and some animes work best doing the long haul, just keeping it fresh. But it all depends on the anime.
can you give me an example of a shorter anime that kind of hits that sweet spot?
Short, like we're talking like 12, 13 episodes, 24 episodes, like just
Somewhere
regular one
between
shot.
the 1 and 2 cores, so like 12 and 24, somewhere between that range.
That does it well.
Yeah,
Um, I want to say Durarara. That's stuck in the 12-24, didn't
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen it yet. It's on my
it?
list.
Yeah, it's got three cores to it, but they stuck to the 12 13 episode to 24 episode. Uh, they had that limitation. And then it would be, every year the next core would come out, or actually it was every like 2 or 3 years. Um, Another short one, 12 13. Oh, what's that one? The slime. That
I got
time,
reincarnated as a
yeah,
slime.
that was, I actually just watched that one. And I'm very jaded when it comes to isekais. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, no.
but it's really good. It's extremely good. I think it plays with the trope. It plays with the genre of isekais really nicely. And it's got some really
Mm,
nice humor. It's got some really nice. Most importantly of all, it's for the fact that it's only 20. It's 23 episodes, and then you have a 24, and then a 24.5, which is basically like OVAs. Um,
mm,
it has amazing character development for only being basically 23 episodes. You feel the characters grow, and when it ends it feels like it should have ended there. It doesn't feel like there are too many loose ends that it left unanswered, despite it having the short one. So I think for this particular you know couple of years, that's going to be my top one for the one shot for the 24 episodes.
okay. Did it end like open ended or was it like a very closed shut story?
Um, I'd say it could be seen as both. It was one of those depends on the funding type endings that the studios do, where this could be
Yeah,
our ending, but we're not going to completely close off the story. Like we could pick it up if we wanted to.
right. Like a season two, maybe.
Yeah, basically. I feel like it'll get a season. Well, actually, now that I think about the season two for the anime was announced a little while ago. It should be coming out sometime in October, actually. So if you
Hmm.
like that anime, it deuces up. It's time, this coming October, it's going down. But yeah, the season two was announced. But another one is what's that one? The Konosuba is super popular.
Oh
Um,
yeah, they just had a movie come out not too long ago.
Yeah, I actually just watched it yesterday and it was really good.
Was it? I was gonna watch it. I think because Crunchyroll finally got it on their platform. I was gonna watch it this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, I watched it on Pirate Bay. But you know, But yeah, it was really good. It did not feel like a movie. You know how generally anime movies, you get that sort of boost in animation, and you can tell that it's a movie. Like they're putting the movie effort into it. It literally feels
Right.
like the Konosuba movie. Literally feels like one long episode of Konosuba, which there's nothing wrong with
I
that because
got you.
Konosuba's episodes are awesome. But it's literally paced just like a really long episode. The animation looks exactly the same. Everybody's acting, voice acting, everything is the exact same, and there's nothing wrong with that. They do it really well.
It's kind of like the My Hero movie. It felt like just a really long extended episode for like one of the seasons.
Yeah, the My Hero movies follow that too, but the My Hero animation is already so high level, and the acting's already so high level to you can't really boost that to a. They set the bar so high, even when they come out with the movie, it's you can't really raise it. It's just so good already.
Yeah, that's both a good and a bad thing because you don't leave much in the expectation department for your fans. But on the same point, you have a consistent high quality anime. So personally prefer it that way. I would rather anime be really good and the movie just be more good than an anime be it was okay, it was subpar. And then the movie comes out and it's like wow, like kind of like the Dragon Ball Super movie that came out a couple years ago. When they fought Broly, that movie was really well animated, like One Piece and stuff. But
Right.
the actual Dragon Ball Super series, everybody knows it was trash animation.
I didn't know. I didn't watch Dragon Ball Super. I dodged that one. I watched it
You ain't
through
missing
you
much.
all's through everyone else's reactions on Facebook. That's how I watched Dragon Ball Super.
That's probably the best way to watch it, to be honest.
Like when
It was
he
scary.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 50/50 grinded that Kamehameha with basically a Rasengan, I was like, okay, this is
Nah,
this
that was
is
kind of dope.
interesting. No, I was like, okay, all right, that's something right there. Um, but yeah, I didn't really get into Super. Dragon Ball is one of those long running animes. Because it's in the legend status, like Detective Conan, I don't see it ending very soon. But it should.
Yeah. Fun fact for the viewers, actually, Dragon Ball Z was supposed to end in the Team Gohan versus Cell fight, but everybody wanted it to continue. So Kirishima actually wrote a whole nother season for it, which is why the Buu saga is kind of lacking.
And the Buu Saga was nice. Buu Saga was nice. I personally, I know GT is kind of a controversial thing, but I like GT. I really like
I like
GT.
GT.
And I think it ended. I feel like bringing it back to Dragon Ball Super, bringing Dragon Ball Super out was where they were kind of like, I was kind of like, okay, that's enough, guys. Like that's it's been what it started in 1997. Dragon Ball did.
Nah, Dragon Ball started in 1987
Oh man,
or 1985, I think.
yeah. So you're good, yeah, and you got your check. Like close it out. Okay, so top three in your opinion, top three animes that have spanned, let's say, over 70 episodes.
Over 70 episodes. Okay. Um, I'm not going to include like Dragon Ball Z, One
Right,
Piece, and
of
Naruto
course,
in
yeah.
those, just because when you say top three, that's what everybody's going to think of. So, aside from like those three, I gotta say, um, My Hero Academia. It's like at
It's
74, so
almost
it's
there.
right
Yeah,
over that
it's
mark.
it's it's getting there.
And it's pretty long, but it's pretty good. It holds itself really well. Another one, Katekyo Hitman Reborn.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of people don't
love
like
it.
that one, but I personally, that was my stuff back when I was in middle school.
Yeah, Got the Kill is amazing. I get in trouble all the time for watching it instead of doing my homework. So
And then one more, I gotta say, so many anime, not really, but I'm gonna say an obscure one. It's an anime called World Trigger. It's not
okay,
that old,
yeah,
like 2014.
yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
I think it's either right at 70 or it's like 69, 68, 69. But I'm gonna count it. So um those animes, they all do something interesting that keeps me entertained to the point where I can watch it for 30, 40 episodes and not get bored of it. What about you?
I know this might be big three. This might be big three, but I feel like it's old enough to where it's not considered big three. Because the big three right now, Naruto,
I feel
One
like
Piece,
you about to say
Bleach.
Bleach.
No, no. Naruto, One Piece,
Oh,
Bleach are the current generation's big three. I'm talking
oh, I know what you're
OG.
gonna say.
What do you think?
You talking about green jumpsuit guy.
Which green jumpsuit guy now?
There's more than one.
What do you mean? Doesn't Gon wear a green jumpsuit?
Oh, you're right. I forgot
No,
about them.
I don't watch. I don't mess with Hunter x Hunter. But Yu Yu Hakusho gotta be. It's just the spiciest thing on the planet. I still love Yu Yu Hakusho. Uh, and it was what 112 episodes.
Yeah, it was pretty
It
long.
was pretty good. It had a nice story to it. It was gritty for its time, and it was just, oh my god, I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
And on top of that, like you, like Yusuke gave everybody hands. Didn't matter who you
Yeah,
were.
yeah. Yusuke was he was, even though he was shonen, he was a shonen protagonist. He wasn't all about all that, power of friendship, talk no jutsu, all this stuff. The thing I like about a good the thing I consider, the main traits I look at for in a good protagonist is, one, can I see his character development? You can see Yusuke develop from episode 1 to episode 112, from this, street tough, kind of an asshole, perverted guy,
Yeah,
into this, strong male lead, leading this team. And then another thing is, does he just ex machina every hard fight? Yusuke got his ass kicked a lot, like
yeah.
like very commonly. Not just him, but his whole squad. They would fight their hardest and they would lose, and that really put some depth into the villain, into the, like, oh, this is a serious threat. Which is one of the reasons why Boku no Hero is pretty good, because Deku doesn't just, now there they sprinkle a little talk no jutsu in there every now and again. Because he's literally got ex machina the power. But he does, you
Yeah.
do see him like where he can't climb a hurdle immediately. He has to go back to the
Break his
drawing
bones
board.
every fight.
Yeah, go back to the drawing board, learn some new techniques, do a little training thing, and then they come back. And that's one of the things that I think kept Yu Yu Hakusho up there for me. Number 2, it's gonna have to be. Does that meet my requirements though? Hold on. Let me see. I want to go with
I'm
Lelouch's
curious now.
Rebellion, man. I want to go with Code Geass, but I don't know if that fits.
Why wouldn't it
I
fit?
gave myself 70 episodes, so I couldn't say Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood because that's just too easy.
Yeah.
But I think I gave myself too many episodes. So Lelouch Rebellion is sitting at a strong 50.
Nah, that don't count.
Yeah, don't count. Even though they got the new season out, so technically it counts, but so whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. Gintama, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I that's one of the animes where I don't watch it consistently. And I wouldn't even go as far as saying I'm a Gintama fan, but you just can't knock Gintama. You see one episode of Gintama and you're gonna laugh. And it makes you want to watch all the Gintama, and then you see how long Gintama is, and you're like, all right, never mind. But it at least
Yeah.
makes you want to watch it. And then, of course, oh wait, you said no Naruto. Oh dang, that's.
I mean, I said no Naruto for me. If you want to include Naruto, you can include it.
I feel like that's cheating though, because that's big 3. It's big 3, isn't it? What's a good
Yeah,
70
a little bit.
pluser? What's a good 70 pluser? Hmm.
There's a good amount to choose from.
There's not a good amount of good ones to choose from. Is the problem. I can
You're
pick
right.
a lot of them. Oh man. What's Nanatsu no Taizai 7 Deadly Sins? What's that at now? That's probably only like 45, 50.
It's got like 4 seasons, but I think they're all 20 or like between 13 and 20 episodes. So
All right. I'll probably go with Durarara though. Durarara is definitely over 60. Yeah, Durarara is pretty good too. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it had some boring points. They focus a lot on character development, and it makes it kind of boring from time to time. Because I'm like, I like, you see, the first 2 episodes, because they'll devote an entire like 3-4 episode span to developing one character, which sounds good. But then you get like actually into it. Like the first 2 episodes, they're like, when I was a kid, I grew up and I was abused by my dad. And you're like, all right, okay, I need to know that. And then he was like, yeah, then my dog ran away and I failed my math test in the 7th grade. And you're like, all right, that's too much. That's like, we're 4 episodes deep. I need to see some action or something. But yeah, it's just amazing. It's really great.
I'm definitely gonna watch that at some point.
Yeah, man, you gotta get ready. There's some twists and turns, and it gets confusing. You gotta pay attention.
I like animes that make you pay attention. I'm kind of past the brainless watching shonens and stuff like that. I mean, if I'm doing like homework or like maybe writing a script or something like that, I'll sit in front of the TV and like have shonen number 95 playing in the background while I'm watching it. But for the most part, I want to be engaged in the anime that I'm watching. I want to feel like I'm a part of it. So something where I gotta constantly pay attention is actually good for me.
I will say, nothing though beats the absolute best over 50 episode anime still running to this day, I believe. Let me check. I believe it's still running. Yeah, still running to this day. And it's got, well, the light novel is anyway still running.
Mm.
And so is the manga, which is always good to see. But we're sitting at like around 50, 60 episodes, and it's got to be it's the pinnacle of character development. And probably one of the
What is
most
this?
serious, most intelligent anime of our time. It's got to be High School DxD. I
Okay.
just can't. It's just such
Yeah, me
wholesome,
intrigued.
such wholesome material. Every single episode gives you
Gotta love those harems.
every episode gives you at least two reasons to watch. Every at
Yeah,
least
you're
two,
right.
at
Exactly two
least
reasons.
two every episode. It's crazy. I cop every Blu-ray. And
Get two good sized
real
reasons.
good size, at least two. All right. So on the other end, best three short, and of course, none of the super the big threes. I don't think any big three lasts only like 12, 24 episodes, but
Yeah, most they couldn't really be big three if they were under 24. You don't really have time to gather a fan base. Well, with the exception like One Punch Man and stuff.
no. But I mean one shots. So you didn't get a second season.
Okay, I
Yeah, it
gotcha.
stopped.
All right, so the number one anime I would recommend to anybody is Recreators. It's an anime about this. It's like Jump Force, the anime basically. It's a kid who goes to this other world, and it's like reverse isekai, so all the kids come back to him. The anime is like 24 episodes, but the storytelling is phenomenal. The action's phenomenal. It doesn't drag on any one points. So
Okay.
that'd definitely be my number one easily.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of it. I definitely heard of it.
Yeah. My number two, I feel like if I just say a bunch of one shot battle anime, that'd be too easy. I kind of want to switch it up a little bit.
Also, don't say Death Note
Isn't Death Note like 40 episodes?
or Cowboy Bebop. Well, yeah, but it's only got one season though.
True, but it's still kind
Yeah,
of long still.
I think that goes without saying. Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, Samurai Champloo, none of those.
Oh, you know that was gonna be
Nah,
on my
like
list.
it's in everybody's list. And I know your favorite, your personal
All right.
favorite, but you can't say Oran High School Club either. That doesn't count.
Nah, none of that. I don't even watch that.
I don't even know what that's about. It's just I always see it everywhere.
My number two would be Tatsumi Galaxy.
Okay.
It's only 12 episodes. It's got a really cool art style. It doesn't drag once again on any particular parts, but it does kind of end to a point to where it's like you kind of want a second season, but they don't give it to
Right.
you. I'm not sure if that's just because it was like canceled or that's how they meant to do it. Kind of feels like there might have should have been a second
Yeah,
season.
definitely.
And third, in my mind, One Punch Man ended after one season.
The second season is dead to me. You can't do that. You can't erase it.
Okay,
I go pull an X-Men First Class on the whole rest of the series. Nah, all that other stuff, X3, none of that happened. No, I just erased it just now.
parallaxed it in my mind.
Pulled a Deadpool when he did the Green Lantern. Like, nah, erase.
Okay, third short anime. I'm gonna say Battle. I can't remember what the full name is, but it's where supernatural battles are commonplace. It's it only has 11 episodes, so it was
Like
weird because you kind of expected a 12th. It really ended really abruptly, but not to the point to where it felt like
what was it called?
when supernatural battles are commonplace.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever heard of that. Is that like an older one?
No, it's like 2014. It was you can tell when watching it, it was an anime that was particularly made to sell a manga or a light novel because it literally ends right when all the action starts. Like it builds up the characters and then it ends. But it doesn't end where it's like it was too short. I mean, you feel that way because you like the characters, but it doesn't. It's not written that way. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you and your harem.
Is it a harem? It's got like
It's definitely a harem. You can tell
I
from
thought it was.
the, the poster. The main poster is the main protagonist surrounded by 4 girls.
I swear there was more guys in that anime.
Nah, bro. I swore there was at least 4 male characters. Nah, buddy. Nah.
At least it ain't High School DxD.
You're right. Is that a bad thing though? A good thing? I don't know.
It depends if you're talking about the new season.
Gotta have at least like a couple days alone at home before I can watch the new season. All right. So my top 3. First of all, I know it's not a competition, but my top 3 about to body your top 3. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like your top 3 about to be all Samurai Champloo's and
nah, buddy, nah. But listen, number 3, right? Check me out.
I'm listening.
Bakano. You ever watch Bakano?
Is that the one about the? Is that like the trading card game or something?
No. It's actually the not I wouldn't say predecessor, but it's standalone. But it's an older anime. It's about basically this group of immortals in basically like mafia Italy. And it's just a whole it's like just crazy. It's got a bunch of overarching in the 24 25ish episodes. It's got just a bunch of different branching out characters and everybody's doing their own thing, but everything sort of comes together in the end. It's probably like I think in MAL it's top 20 anime of all time. It's just really great. But it's for some reason it's not a lot of people know it. I have no idea why. It was made by the same people that made Durarara, so there's a lot of I have a lot of Easter eggs in Durarara of Bakano, and that's how I originally found Bakano, and it's just an amazing anime. It's super great. The I don't know, you never watched Durarara, but the main driving plot of Durarara is this group called the Dollars, and the Dollars are like an online secret society on a forum, and the forum has a password, and when you get the password, you become a dollar. And as the anime progresses, you learn that the password to become a dollar is Bakano. Yeah, I looked it up from there, and I was like, oh wow, and I tried it out, and it was actually really good. So that's number 3. You check that out. Add it to your MAL. Number 2, and I don't know how you didn't catch this. Elfen Lied.
Okay, hold on. I'm not trying to cry right now. I don't want my audience to cry.
Oh, you ain't ready for my number 1 then. You ain't ready for my number 1. Number 1, and there will be tears shed. Get you a box of tissues, but not High School DxD tissues.
Yeah, those are a separate box.
Angel Beats, one shot.
Okay, hold on. Angel Beats. Oh man, I just watched that not too long ago.
Angel Beats is the epitome of what a one-shot, one-season anime should feel like. Every loose end was tied, and one of the things about it is not only do you feel like the ending was warranted, if a second season came out, you'd be like, why? It ended so beautifully. Same thing with, which isn't a one shot, but Full Metal Alchemist, because it did basically have one overarching story. If they came out with a Full Metal Alchemist 2, you'd be like, why? Everything's good. Like it ended exactly how it should have. Eureka 7, even though that was a longer one, ended exactly as it should have. And Angel Beats, Elfen Lied, and then, of course, Bakano all ended exactly as they should have. One special guest mention, though, that ended exactly as it should have. Gotta do. If this isn't included in every best anime list, then I don't know why it isn't. Gurren Lagann, of course.
I stopped watching Gurren Lagann halfway through.
What?
I'm not a huge mech fan. It's just.
Neither am I. That's what put me off to it I literally just watched it. I think it was maybe not even a year ago for the first time. And I was, I don't like mechs. I don't like Gundam, none of that stuff. Yeah. But I gave it a shot anyway, and it's actually pretty good. The same thing with, it's one of those things like Code Geass, where I was like, ugh, Gundams. And then I was like, okay. And then I'll take a look at it, and I'm like, all right, this gets a pass.
Is it on Code Geass levels of good? Because Code Geass,
Oh,
it made
definitely.
me. I literally don't watch Max. I was like, I'm gonna give it a chance. That's how good Code Geass was to me. Is Gurren Lagann that good?
Eh, it is, but in its own way. It's very much on the older style of it's all about the friendship. It's all about the the team. But what I like about it, and what's personal to me, a thing that I love seeing in anime is seeing the little guy not only just become basically OP,
Mhm.
but like immediately, but you see his trials and you can see him grow as a character. And Gurren Lagann, he starts off being this little short driller guy that doesn't want to
Yeah.
escape to the surface, and then by the end of the anime, spoiler alert, he is literally the galactic leader of the entire human resistance. And he got hosed, and you know what I'm saying, and he's grown like 7 feet, and it doesn't feel rushed because one, they plot the character development out so well, and two, it all takes space, even though it's only 24 episodes, takes space in like a 7-year time span in those 24 episodes. And then
Mhm.
you include the movies in there, so just amazing character development. You feel like they grow. Same thing with Angel Beats, even though they're only together for a short time. You feel like they grow together. And same thing again for the top anime of all time, High School DxD. You feel like
Oh yeah, they
even though
grow.
even though the characters aren't growing, something about them's growing, and you can't help but notice.
It's funny you said Angel Beats because Angel Beats actually got a 4 episode OVA that completely ruined the ending. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I did not.
don't watch it. It like
I don't watch.
it tries to say I don't want to spoil anything because people need to watch Angel Beats. So I'm gonna keep this as vague as possible. But it's got like the thing that happens at the end where it was supposed to be a solo routine. It's kind of like redacted and retconned, basically. That's all I really want to say. But
Yeah, I hate it when they go back and they ruin the ending with the OVAs and the director's cuts, and they really just do it to sell the Blu-rays. So if you don't buy Blu-rays, then you won't even honestly notice. But they really just want us to be like, hey, here's a reason for you to buy this disc bundle um at home so you can watch this extra little bit that nobody else can see. And oftentimes it ends up just ruining the anime, um or not even ruining it, just leaving with you like a sour taste, like why did I
yeah,
watch that?
see, I couldn't avoid watching those episodes because I watched it on Netflix, and Netflix puts all the like the extras and stuff part of they say it's like season 2 or whatever. So I went in watching it like, oh, there's a season 2, and then I'm like, what is this? What is this?
I don't want this isn't what I wanted. Yeah, but there's a lot of good. I feel like there's probably more short, really nice animes, like in that 50, to 12 to 50 episode range, than there are
Yeah.
long animes. You have like Erased, which is an amazing one. Borudake ga Inaimachi, which is Erased, which is really nice. Dead Man Wonderland,
Oh, that was
High
pretty
School of
good.
the Dead, if you like Boob Matrix.
Without the Boo Matrix, High School of the Dead still gets a good 8 out of 10 from me.
Yeah, Kill a Kill, which was super popular when it came out. It's a one
Yeah.
shot. And then, of course, the Almighty Ruler. I'm not gonna say High School DxD this time. Almighty Ruler, Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I know Evangelion, which I know you're not a mech fan, but that's like the poster boy for just good stuff right there. That's
I mean,
that's
even
just amazing
even I
stuff.
understand that Neon Genesis Evangelion is a good anime, and I don't like mechs. You're right, so that's saying something.
And then, of course, Code Geass, but Code Geass got it's getting its little what's it called? The
Netflix.
Resurrection.
Yeah,
Yeah, not looking forward to that. I think I might just leave it with Lelouch being possibly dead in my head. Spoiler alert. And I
we don't none of
mean,
that head canon. Remember, can't just parallax the second season.
I don't have to parallax it if I never watch it. It doesn't exist to me in my reality, and I like to keep it that way.
True enough.
I, I wish I'd never watched the Seven Deadly Sins, a new one. Wish I could parallax that.
I haven't seen the,
That
the the most recent season. I just see memes of how bad the art style is.
Yeah, the animation drop. Like, you know how the animation dropped between One Punch Man season 2 and season 1 because of course they switched studios.
Yeah.
But Seven Deadly Sins, they had no reason. I don't know what happened. They had the same studio and they just got lazy. They just were like, yeah, they really like this anime. They'll buy it. And then they just sent it out. And that was just sad. It made me redact my idea for a Seven Deadly Sins tattoo. That's how bad it was. I don't know if I want to associate myself with that.
Good thing you waited.
Yeah, I'm probably good on that one. But yeah, man, love me some short animes. I think at my current age, short animes, shorter ones are probably just better for me. I don't lose interest. I can stay engaged and then it ends like it's supposed to end. Because when you're a kid, you never want it to end.
Yeah.
So
More the
you're
merrier.
okay with it. Yeah, you're okay with it being a little contrived, a little monotonous because you just don't want it to end. Those are your favorite characters. You don't want to not be able to see your favorite characters next week on the new episode. But right now, I'm here for a good time, not a long time when it comes to my anime. I'm just trying to get my fix. Or what from whatever genre, if I want like a fighting anime or a nice shonen, I want it to be quick. If I want like a nice drama, if I want to laugh, then I want to get my laughs out. If it comes to like High School DxD, get something else out, and just be done with it. You know what I mean? Just move on and go on with my life, and not have to be like it's 7 years later and I'm still still watching.
Yeah, I hear you. As an adult, I kind of like my anime like I like my games. I can't play those 100-hour Persona games anymore because I just don't have the time. So, like, any pocket of time I can get, I want to watch something I can consume pretty quickly.
Yeah, we've had Persona 5 for a while. Neither me or Hema can get past a certain point in Persona 5 before we're just like, I gotta go to work. I gotta live my life. That's why I'm leaning more towards, the multiplayer games instead of, the long story RPGs, just because you
Yeah,
don't have time to beat them.
yeah, like you want to, but realistically, you're not gonna be able to enjoy them properly.
Yeah, like Persona 5 has, what, a playtime, like 50 something hours
Nah, it's
of
over a
overall
hundred.
playtime? Over a
Yeah,
100 hours to beat that game. But it takes me, 7 minutes to whoop Billy's ass on Call of Duty. So like it's real quick and it's just boom, it's out of there. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with short anime. Just the attention span's a lot shorter now. I feel like not just for us as adults, but even for the kids that are watching the
yeah,
anime, they don't really care to be there for that long. So short anime is definitely winning out right now, and it also allows them to the studios to not have to worry about pacing themselves as far as quality control. They can put their all into the series, put every ounce of passion they have into the series, as far as animation, as far as storytelling, and not have any regrets when the people see it. They just have to start worrying about, all right, is it worth doing the second season if we can't keep up the budget or can't keep up the passion for the series to put out something consistent.
yeah. I agree. I'm gonna also go with short anime. It's a lot easier to consume. I can watch it and in its entirety and not feel like the characters overstay their welcome. It allows for a better story. I don't feel like when I'm watching this, it's dragging on or they're trying to do the Dragon Ball Z effect where they're powering up for 5 minutes and the Naruto effect with the whole in the middle of the fight you cut to the swing. Like none of that.
Like, oh no, not again.
No, we
Here
were
comes
past
that
this.
swing.
But yeah,
Nah,
so
buddy.
I just prefer shorter anime. All right, so
Yeah, definitely.
your closing remarks.
Closing remarks. Short anime, long anime, just watch anime. But you know, don't if you're gonna watch long anime, make sure you gotta taste test it first. Watch
Yeah.
like the first episode, read a synopsis, because the worst thing that'll definitely put you off to watching longer anime is you start it, you're 20 episodes deep, you're waiting for it to get good, and it never gets good, and then you're just like, ugh, all right. Another thing I feel, if you're a newer anime watcher, if you're new to the game, definitely start on the shorter stuff, like Dallas says, easier to digest. They put a lot more effort into it 9 times out of 10 because they don't have to worry about filling up, these 50, 60 episodes. And, it's just overall better. And it's easier for you to tell your friends about, get your friends in anime because we're trying to get anime as contagious as COVID right now.
Definitely. Okay, so before you leave, I want to ask doesn't have to be related to the topic, but if you could recommend one anime to a new anime watcher and a seasoned anime watcher, what would each one of those be?
I New anime watchers, you got to start with something old, uh, because you don't want to start off eating, the creme brulee. You want to start off, you want to start off on the little. You don't want to start off on the fine, the little Maggiano's Italian pizza. The amazing, cuisine. You want to start off on the little Caesars. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then everything from there just gets good. Start with an anime that's maybe doesn't have the best animation style, maybe because it's older or whatever, but has a nice plot, that has a nice character development that you can stick to. For new anime watchers, definitely recommend Bakano. It's really good. It's short. The animation is really good for its time. It's aged very well. It's got nice humor. It's got pretty much all of it. It's got mystery, humor, action, everything that you want at a very high level, so you can decide from there when you look at new animes what you're gonna pick. Because if you're just judging off of like My Hero, then it's gonna be a very difficult time for you figuring out what kind of anime you want to watch. Veterans, I gotta say, you probably already know what animes you like, what type of animes. So it all depends on your genre. I think as far as new stuff coming out that will still engage a veteran, I've got a lot of parody style animes out that are really nice. Once again, Konosuba, which I'm sure veterans have already seen. Konosuba,
Yeah.
that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Animes like that where
It's a lot of isekai
they
coming from you.
I mean, those are just that's the thing to parody right now. That's just the most common thing. But finding anime, I mean, those types of anime, One Punch Man, if it didn't turn to poopy, the first season of One Punch Man, because I like what a lot of the newer stuff is doing, like those animes where they know that you know the trope, they know that you know the cliche, and instead of just playing on the same old tired cliche, they're changing it up and they're surprising you as a viewer. And they're like, all right, we know that you're expecting this, but we're going to do all the way on the left side. In Konosuba, we know that you expect your protagonist to be all about friendship and equality and love and all this other stuff. So we're going to give you kind of a dickhead that gropes girls all the time inappropriately and has no real skill. And his whole party is useless, but he doesn't have a harem because they all technically don't like him or hate him, but they don't hate him, but they all make fun of him all the time. The slime one's really good, and then of course One Punch Man plays with the trope. He's just too overpowered. He's just like, yeah, nothing you do will beat me. You don't have to worry about talk no jutsu. You
Yeah.
just you know that, yeah, it's just a matter of how will Saitama what will make Saitama get to the point where he's just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore, and just flick somebody. But yeah, those are my two. Bakano for new guys. If you're old, you probably have already you know what you want to watch. Just find something. Don't play into the exact same tropes because it's easy when you're a veteran to just watch the same stuff over and over again because that's what you're used to. Kind of branch out. That's why I'm trying to watch mechs. I'm trying to watch more mech anime. I'm trying to watch more romance anime because I've always been watching the violent stuff. I've always been watching the same stuff. So I'm trying to branch out, and then once you branch out, then you open yourself up. As a veteran, you open yourself up to a lot of new anime and a lot of new experiences as an anime watcher, anime guy. Hype.
All right, those are some good suggestions for both new and veteran anime watchers.
What are your two for a new watcher and an old watcher?
For a new watcher, I'm gonna contradict what you said.
Oh,
I
so you
think
bitch. Gotcha. Say less.
so. I think that a new anime watcher should find an anime that's kind of easier to consume, something not something terribly long. Not don't jump into One Piece. Don't jump into Naruto. Jump into Dragon Ball Z, but don't jump into none of the longer animes. Find something with the like the 50, 60 episode mark with some characters you like. Um, and try to go from there. So something like that, I'd probably say something like Radiant is a good anime to start with if you're a new watcher, because you got the all the anime tropes you expect coming into anime. You expect the spiky haired kid, you expect the overpowered guy, the Vegeta type guy, you expect all these different tropes, and it gives you those anime tropes, but it also doesn't play them the exact same way. So it gives you something a little bit different. It's pretty long, so if you for your first anime you want something you can keep consuming, so you can build up your tolerance for this type of culture. Radiant would be a good start for some new anime watchers. For an anime watcher who's like me and like Chris, who's been watching anime 15, 16, 17, maybe 20, 30 years. um I mean, you've been watching anime 30 years. I really don't have nothing for you. You probably know more than I do. But if you've been watching anime for a long time, I would suggest something a little out of your comfort zone, kind of like what Chris was saying. Something you don't watch all the time, like something I could pretty much recommend to anybody would be or any veteran seasoned anime watcher would be something like Tatami Galaxy. It doesn't really fit on most people's radars. It's a it's technically a slice of life, but it's a comedy slice of life. It's got some parodies in there and things like that, and it has a really cool art style that doesn't really fit your generic anime trope. So if you're tired of seeing the same big-eyed, colorful animes and action sequences and all that, you're not gonna get any of that. You're gonna get something a little more down to earth, a little more connectable, a little bit more relatable. Anime you can watch. Um, so yeah, that's what I would recommend. Tatsumi Galaxy. It's about a bright-eyed college student who wants to experience the university life. It's a good anime to watch if you've seen anime for a while.
Boom. I didn't have any. I didn't have anything intelligent to add, so I just ad libbed like a rap.
Yeah, anime long versus short. I think we both came to the general consensus that short anime is the for us the better, easier consume anime. Nothing wrong with long anime, but once you start getting anime a while, they do become kind of long-winded and monotonous, like Chris said.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and so yeah, Chris, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you coming on the show today and discussing with me about anime.
Anytime. Hope you're staying safe over there in your quarantine.
Yeah, if you guys like this type of discussion, if you like having Chris on the show, let me know in the comments and tell me what you guys think about this discussion. We really appreciate you guys for listening. Chris, I really appreciate you for coming on the show. Make sure you follow us on social media at The Fro Anime Podcast, Instagram, and The Fro Anime on Twitter. And once again, we hope everybody's staying safe out there in the quarantine and everything. And we'll see you guys again next time.
Deuces.
The earth's in danger. Why the heroes consider us strangers? Man, it's our fault cause we're douchebags. More concerned about ourselves and a few stacks. But I'm off that, back to the lounge, dreamland, where I hold the crown. Music is the most beautiful thing I found, where I could drown out the world and build my own through sense.